So halimbawa, kung kukunin natin ang antilog nito, this number, okay, ang final answer nito should be up to 2. Ito ilan to? Ilang significant figures natin? 4. So gagawin natin siyang antilog, 3 significant figures na lang. Okay? Hanggang 3 na lang siya. Ulitin ko ha. Yan ang medyo, parang pH yan. Nako-formula ng pH, negative log. No? The concentration of hydrogen ion. The same principle also here. Okay? Kapag pag logarithmic, okay, ang ano mo lagi is always plus 1 significant figure. Halimbawa, negative log ng 4.5 times 10 to the negative 5. Okay? That is a pH of that is a concentration of acetic acid. So ano pH ng ano? Yan.
4.3.
Negative 5.
Minus 1. Ano 4.5?
Okay? 4.3 lang ba? 4,
Ah, oo, tama.
7 or 4.35. Ulitin ko ha. Ulitin ko. Sabi ko sa inyo, you always, para mas madali sa significant figures, okay? You always look on the data itself. Okay? Sa data yung titignan. Kung ano ginagamit yung data. Okay? Halimbawa sa logarithmic. Okay? Dito sa data ninyo, ang ilang significant figure natin? Ilan to? Isa na lang. Who says 1? Raise your hand. Who says 2? Bakit 2? Correct. Remember, scientific notation to. Ang scientific notation, okay, any numbers what you written here on the, matawag dito sa number ito, okay, on this one, on this left side, okay, is that's also the same the number of significant figure. Remember that, ha? Okay? Kung dinagyan ko ng 0, ilan yan? It still become 3 significant figures. Okay? So, kung ilan na rin dito, halimbawa rito, 2 lang, so ang final answer natin ay 3. Laging plus 1. Okay? Kapag kinuha kong antilog niyan, nagiging 4 point, antilog yun. Get the antilog of 4.35. Una.
35.
Antilog of negative 4.35. 4 point, yung actual sa ano yun, sa calculator.
4.466.
Negative, raised to negative 5. Okay? So marami pa numbers yan. Okay? So again, since we have your monthly sa forgot the term, okay? This one here, okay, we have 3 significant figures, magiging minus 1 na lang siya. So the final answer is 4.5 times 10 to the negative 5. Okay? Please remember that. Ito yung tatandaan nyo lagi sa significant figures sa logarithmic. Okay? So that's absorbance. Next, letter B. Okay? Letter B is the molar absorptivity. So the molar absorptivity is given by absorbance equals to absorbance times molar absorptivity times your path length and your concentration. Okay? So molar absorptivity is given as your absorbance over E times C. So ano absorbance natin? 4.389 over the path length is 1.04. Okay? Centimeter, and your concentration is 7 7.5 times 10 to the negative 5 mole per liter. Baka pakaswag na lang yun. So it's the final answer. Check ang tama. Yung letter A, that is based on this scoop, no? Pero ito yung final answer ko. 5.50. Then don't use that number. Kasi scientific notation. 5.5 na 7.3 times 10 to the third. No? So, ang kanyang unit ay liter, okay, mole per centimeter. Okay? Okay, what's the importance of molar absorptivity? Okay, the molar absorptivity or the absorptivity of a sample provides the property or the optical property of the sample. The higher the molar absorptivity of a sample, the higher it means that they are easily seen in a visible region or in a visible space. Okay? So, halimbawa, sa color cosmetics ninyo, usually na maraming colors, no? You have the different shades of lead iron oxide red, okay? Meron yellow, magenta, etc. No? If you try to look at the molar absorptivity of this pigments, okay? They have lots of it, large ang kanyang molar absorptivity. Okay? Malaki yan. Okay? So another application of molar absorptivity, okay? You still recall your organic chemistry, okay? The molar absorptivity gives the conjugation na tinatawag. Conjugation. Ano yung conjugation? That is the alternating double bond, no? In the sample. Okay? So usually, kapag benzene ring, okay? So as the higher the molar absorptivity, you have a lots of conjugation. Okay? Mas marami kang conjugation na nangyayari. Okay? Halimbawa, beta-carotene. Okay, anong color ng beta-carotene? Orange. Okay? Beta-carotene has a high molar absorptivity. Okay? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng molar absorptivity. Okay? So what are the limits of Beer's law? First is that Beer's law is only defined in terms of absorption. Okay? Given at a diluted concentration. Hindi ko okay? One of the limitation of Beer's law is only it applies for diluted concentration. Okay? Diluted ang concentration yan. So usually, okay, the concentration units for applied is either molarity is common, okay? Parts per million and parts per billion, or sometimes parts per trillion. Okay? Because normality can be used. Pwede yan. Okay? Kasi itong mga to are considered for diluted concentrations. Okay? Dilute concentration siya. Okay? So usually, it should be less than 0.01 molar. Okay? Bakit ganun ang limitation? Kasi remember that, okay, in terms of absorption, okay, yung mga sample, okay, yung kanyang mga bonds, okay, are becoming far from each other. Okay? O ibig sabihin lang nito, Okay, kapag diluted yung sample mo, yung ions present or yung electrostatic interaction niya ay lower. Okay, mas maliliit ang interaction niya. So it's much easier to measure, okay, concentration or samples of diluted solutions. Okay? So another deviation, okay? Another deviation for Beer's law is in terms of the chemical reaction or chemical deviations. Ano yung mga chemical deviations na possible, no? Association, dissociation, okay? Meaning that, okay, samples can associate to each other, they can add to each other, okay? Halimbawa, no, when you mix red and blue color, can produce another color, okay? It can alter the Beer's law, okay? Dissociation meaning that the acid, with the presence of acids or base in the sample, it can deviate, okay? Nadi-dissociate siya. It will give another, it will deviate on Beer's law, okay? Okay, another deviation is what we call the instrumental deviation, meaning that it actually limits, no, yung kanyang measurement. Okay, so there's a maximum measurement, no, happening. Okay, so when you say instrumental deviation is actually based on the instrument that you used. Okay, yung ginagamit ng instrument. Okay, so here, an example of instrumentation, what deviation, okay, happen in what we call your polychromatic measurements. Okay, ano ibig sabihin ng polychromatic? Polychromatic means that you have many colors or many wavelengths you're measuring. Okay, many wavelengths. Okay, kaya sa absorption spectroscopy, okay, absorption spectroscopy, it's always monochromatic. It's always monochromatic. Ibig sabihin, you're always measuring a single wavelength. Single wavelength. Okay? So, bakit magkakaroon ng deviation? So, halimbawa, dito, no? You always look on the maximum wavelength, no? For each type of analysis. Here, example of a polychromatic, no, measurement. So, if I use the band A here, ito mismo yung kanyang maximum compared to here, yung band B. Okay? Ano mangyari sa kanya? Quantitatively, based on calibration curve, it affects your sensitivity measurement. Halimbawa, okay? Si band A, yung wavelength A, ang ginamit niya yung maximum na lambda na tinatawag. Maximum wavelength. Ito maximum wavelength na to, ito yung ginagamit sa measurement lagi. Okay? Later on in your experiment, okay, you will determine the maximum wavelength for each type of dye that you will be using. Now, dalawang dye lang ang gagawin nyo, yung red and the blue dye. Okay? You will determine the maximum wavelength for that. What measurement or what wavelength you can measure the maximum wavelength. Okay? So, if you choose here, the band A here, ang kanyang calibration curve will be this. Okay? Compared to band B, ito yung kanyang calibration curve. So what happens is it affects the sensitivity of the curve. So what happens is that if I use band A or the wavelength A compared to wavelength B, wavelength A will be having more sensitive compared to wavelength B. Okay? Mas sensitive gamitin yung maximum wavelength, okay, compared to the minimum or yung hindi pa na-reach na wavelength na tinatawag, na maximum wavelength. Okay? Okay. So that's about your Beer's law, no? principles. Okay? Now, how do we apply this in the molecular level or the molecular absorption transition? Okay? So when you say molecular absorption transition, you're looking on the molecules. This is now the interaction now of the molecules with the light. Okay? Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are actually 3 transitions happening in molecules. Okay? You have your electronic, vibrational, and rotational transition. Okay? Each type of transitional level is different for each type of spectroscopy na ginagamit. Okay? So halimbawa, for electronic transition, we're looking on the UV-vis range or UV-vis region. Vibrational transition, you're looking on the IR region. And rotational transition, you're looking on the microwave region. Okay, ulitin ko ha. Pag electronic transition, you're looking on the UV-vis spectra or UV-vis region. Vibrational transition, you're looking on the IR region or the infrared region. Rotational transition, you're looking on the microwave regions. Okay? So ano yung mga applications, general applications usually, okay, is on the electronic and vibrational level. Okay? So later on, we will have that vibrational experiment, yung IR, okay, yung kanyang application ng interpretation. Okay? So for molecules, when interact with light, okay, that as I mentioned earlier, it can have different transition. So the first one is electronic transition. Okay? Yung electronic transition, it's movement of from one energy level to another energy level. Okay? So here, okay, for UV-vis, okay, UV-vis region, okay, malaki ang kanyang jump or malaki yung kanyang transition. Okay? Unlike visible and IR, it has a limited transition level. Okay, bakit? Kasi yung UV is having a lots of energy compared to visible or the color spectra and your infrared level. Okay? Kaya itong mga to, yung mga steps na yan, yung 1, 2, 3, 4 na yan is every energy level na yan. Okay? So this is your ground state level and E0. Okay? Kung UV-vis ka region, automatically can go to higher energy level, first or second energy level. Okay? Kapag visible, or that is in terms of the color, limited lang siya to 1 step. Okay? Kaya pero kapag vibrational, okay, it happens within the molecule. Ano ba nangyayari sa vibrational level? So imagine ninyo, you have 3 balls. Okay? So, 1. Okay? So, what happened here is that the atom A, okay? What happened is that when light interacts with your sample, okay, what happened is that the vibrational level o yung bonds niya ay binabibrate niya. Okay? So it means that if you have your energy or your light, no, what happened is that yung bonds nung ano mo ang nagbabibrate. And that caused to move the atoms, no, of it. There are different types of vibration, no? Well, when you say a symmetric level, is that the vibration is actually either inward or outward. Okay? So, pwede sabihin natin yung asymmetric movement. Okay? Yung symmetric is that it can be forward or backward. Okay? Kapag asymmetric, one pole is up here and the other one's here. Okay? Pag in-plane or scissoring effect is actually like this. Okay? Scissoring effect. In-plane is away. Okay? Out-plane wagging is that you have movements like this one. Okay? If you have a plane like this, pag ganun ang movement niya. Okay? Well, this is actually based on the vibrational level, subatomic level na siya. Okay? So in our, para mas madali nyo maintindihan lang, this transition happens in the IR region or infrared radiation. Bakit nagkakaganon? Kasi, okay, because of that heat coming out from the source lamp or from the source light. Okay? So how do you apply that in cosmetics, no? Kaya yung infrared heat, okay? Anong color ng infrared usually? Red, di ba? Red to orange, something like that. Okay? Now, ano nangyayari kapag nakatutok ka sa mga IR, mga infrared lights? Halimbawa, sa ano, doon sa kalan, sa induction cooker, ano nararamdaman mo? Init. Okay? What happened here is that the heat, okay? The heat that interacts with your skin, ano nangyayari sa skin mo? Okay? Siyempre sabihin natin, di mapapasok, malayo siya. What happened?
Nag-radiate.
You generate warm or you feel it's warm, pero afterwards, ano mapipil mo doon sa ano? Doon sa skin? Nagano? Ano? Magaspang or others, what happens that you are actually releasing heat or releasing water on it. Yung paggaspang na yon, okay, that is actually because the sweat release, no, from the pores, okay, and causing that feeling of parang yung magaspang, okay? Kasi ang nangyayari sa kanya ay nawawala yung, ano nawawala sa kanya? Yung moisture. Okay? That's what happens. Okay? So in subatomic level or at a molecular level, okay, yung mga biomolecules na yun, na nawawala sa skin level. Okay? And that causes that dryness. Okay? Ano ba yung biomolecules na present sa skin? Ha?
Hyaluronic acid.
Ano?
Hyaluronic acid.
Aside pa hyaluronic acid. Ha? Ceramide, yes. Other.
All of them.
Ano yun? Collagen. Okay? So that's what's happened. Okay? The collagen, okay, are actually destroyed. When say that destroyed, okay, because actually it dissociates, no? Okay, nawawala siya because of the heat present. Okay? Sige, I will stop here. So next, okay.